Hello friends, today we'll discuss about the recently announced 18-month public policy postgraduate work permit extension and the application process. My name is Gautam Koluri. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and founder director of CIP Study Abroad and Immigration. I previously worked in Conestoga College and Mohawk College as the International Students Recruitment Officer. So as we know, recently Minister Fraser announced on the 17th of March a temporary public policy providing an extension of 18 months for postgraduate work permit holders who could not apply for the PR and who could not get their ITs. But the last 3 years have been very difficult with the COVID, and government of Canada, unlike US, unlike UK, Australia, they have been very proactive supporting international students, and this is the third time the government is providing an opportunity to international graduates here in Canada with another extension, so 18th month extension. And there's been a lot of concern about this, and thankfully the IRCC has taken steps to support international students. So let's dive in and we can discuss in detail. So on the 6th, if you see here, March 17th was the announcement, and after the announcement, starting from April 6th, 2023, these measures will allow postgraduate work permit holders who wish to stay longer to opt in to a facilitative process to extend their work permit, and will allow Canada to retain highly skilled talent. So this is what our students have received. So basically on I think this was on the 31st of March, international students have received, work permit holders have, international graduates, work permit holders have received an email stating that, dear client, you have been identified as a holder of a post-graduation work permit that is set to expire in 2023. As a holder of a work permit in the PGWP category, you may be eligible to stay and work in Canada for an additional 18 months as per the recently. So beginning on April 6th, postgraduate work permit holders who are eligible for a simplified, faster process and want to extend their work permit under this initiative must take action before the May 28, 2023. So this is an important. So what is here, IRCC is advising students that there is an opt-in simplified process to receive your 18-month extension. So this is the first email, and what international students, so to be eligible for this special measure, you must basically reside in Canada. So the opt-in process is only for students who are residing here in Canada. Log into your IRCC secure account and confirm that you ensure that your mailing address is up to date, validate that your passport information is up to date and has an expiration date of June 2025 or later, so 18 months. So make sure that if you guys are your passport is expiring, try to get a new passport with a longer validity date, and opt in for up to 18 additional months. If you do not have an IRCC account, okay, that's a standard information out there. So not all PGW holders will receive this letter, as they may be ineligible to opt in for the simplified and faster work permit process. So I'll explain in later as well. So if you look in, this was the first email, and the second email what received was on April 5th, 2023. So dear client, as a postgraduate work permit holder with the work permit numbers X66, I've deleted this information for privacy. You may be eligible for a special facilitation measure to allow you to stay and work in Canada as announced on March 17. So if you are in Canada, this is an interim work authorization. So for all the international graduates, postgraduate work permit holders, this email which you received following April 5th, this is an interim work authorization that allows you to continue working in Canada till May 31, 2024 while you apply for a work permit. Okay, so you must take action. So this email is an official work authorization, an interim work authorization, which will valid till May 31, 2024 until you apply for this process. So if your work permit is currently valid, you will need to go to your IRCC account to opt in for the extended work permit starting April 6. So if you have received this email, you can log into your IRCC secure account, and then you can you will receive the instructions. Basically, when you click in, right, if your work permit is currently valid, you can go through the simplified process. If your work permit is expired, you need to submit a work permit through the regular process. So instructions, I will explain the instructions in this video as well. So guys, if your work permit is currently valid, you click on this link and you will receive this. Basically it will take you to this page where postgraduate work extend your work permit. You will have to put in your application number on your work permit, your work permit issue date, your month, the date, select year, and you have to confirm your name matches that you on your postgraduate work permit. You live in Canada and have a Canadian mailing address. Your passport will expire on or after June 30th 2025, and you accept an extended post-graduation work permit of 18 months. Okay, this will be an extension of your valid work permit. Then you click yes and it will take you to the next part. So this is a tricky part. Your passport will expire on or after June 30 2021. So if you basically have a shorter work permit, you will probably have to go through the passport. If your passport is of shorter duration, you might actually have to go through the regular online process and not the opt-in process. So basically this is the instruction. Let's dive into the page here. So this is also a quick guide out here. So it clearly asks, and did IRCC email you an invitation to opt in for a simplified process to work? Yes or no. If you click in yes, then it will show you if it is no, and if you're in Canada. So basically, like, you know, if you say yes, then it will give you the instructions here and how to click in the simplified. I've just explained you in the simplified process here. And if it is not, basically, then you know there is another process for that. So let's click in. This is what if you are opting in, and on April 6th. So this is for students who have a valid postgraduate work permit and you are opting in. So make sure that you are checking your junk folder for messages and email addresses. Make sure that you don't miss this email. Review the conditions in the letter and make sure that you apply. You reside in Canada. The mailing address on the letter is correct. Your passport information is up to date and has an expiry date of June 2025. So log into your IRC secure account and select the post-graduation work permit holder. Extend your open work permit additional months. So the standard. So you have to do this before opt-in before May 20th 2023. So how long will it take to get the work permit? So it is anticipated, as of now, as we see, it is anticipated that the work permit should, all the applicants should receive the work permit new extension, 18 months extension till the end of June 2023. How to apply for a work permit if you don't opt in. So again, if you do not meet the requirements out there, or if you not receive this opt-in email, you can apply. There are instructions. We'll go through it, how to apply if you're in Canada and how to apply if you're outside of Canada as well. So if you have questions, so if you opted into the simplified process and you do not receive your extended work permit by July 31st, then if you are in Canada and you want to apply for a work permit, you can still apply under the public policy by submitting a new work permit application. So online application you can. So again, if you opted in simplified process and you do not get an extended work permit by July 31st, so if you do not receive, IRCC advises that you apply for the public policy by submitting a new work permit application, right? Second, if your postgraduate work permit expires before your new work permit arrives, okay, it might happen that, you know, there might be some students who have their work permit expiring in June or July. So during the week of April 3, IRCC will email an interim work authorization that will allow you to work in Canada. So this is what I've just showed you. So if your work permit expires, then you still have this interim authorization, which will allow you to be legally here in Canada and continue with your employment. Right. So again, there are students as well who previously received in the previous public policy. So they are eligible provided that the original postgraduate work permit expired on or before September 20, 2021. So guys, you're lucky here if your postgraduate work permit expired before, on or after September 20, 2021. And before 2031 December 23, you can apply for your 18-month extension, right? So if you're original postgraduate work permit expired before the September 30th 2021, you cannot apply under this public policy, right? So big help, big support from IRCC to support international students. Wish we could have simplified process for getting PR, like the TR to PR. Many expected that there would be TR to PR, but unfortunately it did not work out. So this is for people who are in Canada and have a valid a postgraduate work permit. If you are not in, if you are applying, if you do not opt in and if you have other process, then you can apply online. So basically, if you're applying online, make sure that this is the instructions I will put in, or you can reach out to our CIP team. If you are CIP students or non-CIP students, you're welcome to reach out. So basically, if you do not receive this opt-in email and you have to apply online, instructions are pretty much clear. Who can apply? If your postgraduate work permit will expire or expired between September 2021 or December 31, you can apply. And basically the standard information out here, and there are some special instructions here. Okay, so one thing which is a concern is for example, if your passport is valid for 12 months, you will be issued an open work permit for 12 months. So this is a bit of a concerning, and I hope that IRCC will provide, there are many students, many postgraduate work permit holders whose passports might be expiring in 8 months or 10 months or 15 months. So I hope there will be an option for them to submit a paper application and get an extension. So let's hope we'll have some updates on that. So so here are the special instructions. What you need here is special instructions. So when you're filling the application, select the open work permit as the type of work permit you're applying for in the details of intended work in Canada. So there's a question, details of intended work in Canada. Select open work permit as the type of the open work permit and copy and paste. So this is what you'll have to put in 2023 PGWP PP as the job title, and then copy paste open work permit in the brief description of the duties. So this is basically what very important special instructions in the application, because these are all temporary public policies and it is difficult to come up with an IRCC application portal. So this process, there are some special instructions to ensure that your application will be considered under the temporary public policy. Okay, and thankfully small consolation, open work permit holders $100, you don't have to pay for it, but you will have to pay the work permit processing fee of $155, biometrics if applicable, and the restoration fees. For example, if your status is already expired and you're applying for restoration, you'll have to pay $299 plus 77 cents for the restoration. So pretty much standard process, and I would probably big relief for all international students out here. There's been so many students who've been reaching out to us and asking, would there be a TR2 POA program? But again, yes, thankfully this extension is a big support to all the international graduates who have invested their time and effort to study and invested their money to get Canadian education. So thanks to IRCC here, and I hope there will be CEC specific draws. This was a bit of a concern earlier this year. I was hoping that there'll be more CEC draws, but incidentally there have been PNP draws and all program draws. But let's see, IRCC is full of surprises, and I hope everything work out. So guys, thanks for watching this video. I'm Gautam Koluri. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and founder director of CIP Study Abroad. And if you have any questions, we have our Facebook group, almost about 50,000 people in our Facebook group, and we haven't really used social media much, but Facebook group here, 50,000, if 53,000 people, I guess. We have many WhatsApp groups as well. And also please follow our Instagram here. I will post the link. We have Rishita and Janki from our India team, Sandeepji from our Canada team, Suchi and Akila madam out here, and reviews. So a lot of things out here in our social network as well. So please join, and we'll be happy to support you guys with your study and immigration to Canada. Thank you, and take care. Bye bye.